Hello friends, I am Dr. Chandrakant Timore. In this video, I will explain what is diffraction of light, what is Fresnel diffraction, what is Fraunhofer diffraction, and what is the difference between Fresnel and Fraunhofer diffraction of light. In our daily life, we always come across to a number of phenomena of light. For example, reflection, refraction, interference, diffraction, dispersion, and polarization of light. So basically diffraction is one phenomenon of light. But how to observe diffraction of light? For that we need three things. Number one, there must be source of light. Number two, there must be an obstacle or slit. And number three, there must be a screen. Okay. Now suppose an obstacle is placed in between source of light and screen. What will happen? Sharp shadow of this obstacle will be obtained on the screen. Why sharp shadow of this obstacle is obtained on the screen? It is due to rectilinear propagation of light. That is straight line propagation of light. Instead of this obstacle, suppose this slit is placed in between source of light and screen. What will happen? Illuminated region will be obtained on the screen, and this illuminated region will be sharp. Why sharp illuminated region will be obtained on the screen? What is the reason? The reason behind this is rectilinear propagation of light, that is straight line propagation of light. But if the size of the obstacle or the size of the slit is very small comparable to the wavelength of light, then what will happen? Bending or spreading of light wave take place in the geometrical shadow region on the screen. And so there is a departure from straight line propagation of light. So this bending or spreading of light waves around the corners of an obstacle, when obstacle is placed in the path of light, this phenomenon is called as diffraction of light. This phenomenon was first discovered by Italian physicist Francesco Maria Grimaldi in 17th century. After Grimaldi, French physicist Augustin Fresnel and German physicist Joseph Fraunhofer studied diffraction independently. So there are two types of diffraction of light. Number one, Fresnel diffraction of light, and number two, Fraunhofer diffraction of light. Number one, Fresnel diffraction. In Fresnel type of diffraction, the distance between source of light and slit as well as slit and screen is finite. Okay, let's draw the diagram for the Fresnel diffraction of light. So there is a source of light denoted by S, and there is a screen, and slit is kept in between source of light and screen. Okay, this is a slit. The source of light emits rays into all directions, so it gives spherical wavefront like this, and the spherical wavefront arrive to slit AB. What will happen when the spherical wavefront arrive to slit AB? Diffraction will produce, and this diffraction will be observed on the screen. So in case of Fresnel diffraction, there are two important things. Number one, distance between source and slit is a finite. Distance between slit and screen is also finite. And second important thing is a spherical wavefront arriving to slit AB. Okay, now let us move to Fraunhofer diffraction of light. Now second diffraction is a Fraunhofer diffraction of light. So let me draw the diagram for the Fraunhofer diffraction. There is a source of light and it is denoted by S, and there is a screen and there is a slit. In case of Fraunhofer diffraction of light, the distance between source of light and slit as well as slit and screen is infinite. But practically it is impossible to place the source and screen at infinite distance from the slit. But in our laboratory we can do this experiment. How it is possible? In our laboratory, infinite distance situation can be created by using two biconvex lenses. We can put one biconvex lens in between source S and slit here, and it is denoted by L1, and another biconvex lens is kept in between slit and screen. So I can show another biconvex lens here as L2. Now spherical wavefront from source will incident on convex lens L1, and the convex lens convert the spherical wavefront into plane wavefront. So this spherical wavefront is converted into plane wavefront by using convex lens L1, and when this plane wavefront arrive to slit, suppose AB, then diffraction will be observed, and this diffraction can be focused on a screen by using convex lens L2. This is a central maximum. Central maxima means maximum light is falling at that point from the slit, and that's why it is called central maxima. So in case of Fraunhofer diffraction, two important things we must remember, and these two important things are: number one, the distance between source of light and the slit is infinite, and the distance between slit and screen also infinite. And the second important thing is plane wavefront arriving to slit AB. Okay. Now let us move the difference between Fresnel diffraction and Fraunhofer diffraction. This is a Fresnel diffraction, this is a Fraunhofer diffraction, and there are 5 important differences between Fresnel diffraction and Fraunhofer diffraction, which I am going to explain once again. Number 1, in case of Fresnel diffraction, the distance between source of light and slit as well as slit and screen is finite. So the finite distance and in case of Fraunhofer diffraction, the distance between source of light and slit as well as slit and screen is infinite. So here I can write infinite distance. Number 2, in case of Fresnel diffraction, lenses are not required, and in case of Brown-Upper diffraction, lenses are required. So I can write here, lenses are not required. Not required. And in case of Brown-Upper diffraction, 2 biconvex lenses are required. Number 3, in case of Fresnel diffraction, the wavefront arriving to slit AB is a spherical wavefront, and in case of Brown-Upper diffraction, the wavefront arriving to slit AB is a plane wavefront. So let me write here, spherical wavefront arrive to slit AB, and in case of Brown-Upper diffraction, plane wavefront arrive to slit. Number 4, in case of Fresnel diffraction, the wavefront leaving the slit AB is a spherical, and in case of Brown-Upper diffraction, the wavefront leaving the slit is a plane. So I can write here, wavefront leaving the slit is spherical, and in case of Brown-Upper diffraction, wavefront leaving slit is a plane. Now the 5th and last point. In case of Fresnel diffraction, the rays from spherical wavefront are making different angle with the slit. That's why mathematical formulation and study becomes very complicated. But in case of Brown-Upper diffraction, due to plane wavefront, each and every ray making similar angle with the slit, that's why mathematical formulation becomes comparatively easy. So that was the difference between Fresnel diffraction and Brown-Upper diffraction. Friends, in this video we have seen what is diffraction of light, what is Fresnel diffraction, what is Brown-Upper diffraction, and what is the difference between Fresnel diffraction and Brown-Upper diffraction. Thanks for watching. Please like and share my video, and please subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks.